And by the time I got to the lines,
How you guys feeling?
Good.
Great.
Amazing, yeah, great, cool, yeah, wonderful, wonderful.
I want to be a wizard.
One of our first scenes, it wasn't actually Hogwarts, but it was in the Hog's Head, and it was a group of us, and he wasn't there sadly, but a group of us, and we got to sit there and drink butterbeer next to a roaring fire with this group of actors who I adore, and it felt like I had to pinch myself, going, this is our job, and it was really remarkable. And as these guys said earlier, walking into the Great Hall and watching Dan interact with the little ones, amazing.
I mean, it was a kind of no-brainer. Would you like to play Albus Dumbledore? Yes, I would. I felt like I'd been in preparation subconsciously from the minute I started reading the books to my children.
Our previous episode was quite complicated plot-wise for all of us. And it took us a while to figure that one out. And so with this story in particular, we wanted it not only to be emotional, but we wanted it to be enjoyable and for it to be a real treat and for it to lean into the values of some of the earlier Potter films that had whimsy and charm, humor and humanity.
So we get given the script, so we know the whole story of the script, but as far as the story of the arc of the series, it was sort of each script at a time. Occasionally we would get snippets of what might be coming up in the next films, and there would be quite a lot of Chinese whispers of people sort of, did you hear that this might be, we might be going to, so lots of sort of rumors would find themselves, sometimes they would materialize, often maybe not, well, I thought we were going, but we did have the script, but also one of the amazing things about David Yates, our director, is that even though the script is there and it's incredibly the technical creating of that script is a big technical feat, he would allow us as actors the freedoms to improvise, to come up with new ideas, to change things or modulate things on the day. And so, as Jude says, one often does that on film sets, but when you get to incorporate magic into that as well, or creatures, and getting to say, well, what if the creatures did this, and we had we could play with that, and that for me has been some of the most fun. And a lot of these actors here, I'm useless at improvising, but they're brilliant at it. And so watching Dan or Jessica improvise and add just extra layers was really wonderful.
Actually, who's got the driest? I mean, they're all pretty funny, I have to say that, obviously. I think Mads is quite funny.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Mads has got
I wasn't trying to. I was trying to be terrifying.
Oh, whoa, with the muggles!
Dry, insightful, perceptive. He's funny.
I'll take it. Thanks. Is that good?
You portray one of the most powerful dark wizards.
One of them?
One of.
Yeah, I was thrown into it a little later than the rest of the gang. I mean, they've done 2 films, and then they were halfway through when I joined the party. Yeah, it's like it's a family you visit, and you just can only hope that they will adopt you, and they did. Everybody is just, the whole gang is fantastic. The crew is fantastic. David is fantastic, and if they're the family, he's the godfather, and he's done this so many times, so he makes everybody feel at home, right? So my journey was fast and swift, but I felt at home right away.
He dances in between takes. That's the best bit.
Yeah. Wonderful dancing.
Remember,
You can't help it.
such a magical time.
I have one recently.
Help.
The Tanta Allegra one. Do you know what that is?
No.
That's to make people dance. Like it makes.
Yes.
Just like, and I just thought that would be
give us a
genius.
demonstration.
Yes, yeah. So if we just
Because I
went
can't dance, I could make
Yes, you
myself
can dance.
and also just random. I think in life, randomly to make yourself feel better would just be like making people randomly dance on the tube. Would be quite fun.
Swivel, but delicately.
No, it all stems from the irrumpant mating dance in the first movie, and clearly
pattern is-
something
let's face
in
it.
that tickled David and Joe and Steve, and basically in each film there is another iteration which basically is written intricately and detailed in character, and it's basically that Eddie makes a tool of himself for scene. Of course, we took it incredibly seriously, and we spent a long time, David and I and Alex Reynolds, the movement director I work with, talking about, and how could this be? And let's look at real wildlife programs and see how we did all that. And then we did some very embarrassing outtakes, which probably exist, of me sending videos to David going, how about this? Sort of really intense dance things. And then eventually it was, how about I just wiggle and put my hands in the air? Is that? And the other thing was, there was this, at the same time, the special effects department were coming up with ideas of what the creatures might be. And so it ended up being, I'd love to say a marriage, but it was more a sort of car crash collision of two ridiculousnesses that met together. The weird thing is it was bloody exhausting. And David would have me coming down like the whole prison like this. And by the time I got to the lines, and also I had to hold this lantern. Do you remember, David? I had to hold the lantern. It was weirdly heavy because it was the entire way that I was lighting this huge cave was with this lantern. And I got to the bottom and I'd be like, and there was a physio on set who was having to massage my shoulder between takes in order that I'd be able to do it the next day. Anyway, that's enough about that. It was quite, but it made it all worth it when Callum had to have a go. Because, yeah.